Hi everybody, it's Rob Anderson again, third video. So now we're going to get on to how you kind of how you sell, where and who you sell to. Now what's amusing here is this depends on where you want to go in your head already. So if your plan is to run this for 10 years to the point where you are supplying 2,000 pet shops across your country and 2,000 local residents that buy from you regularly, and you're turning over $50,000, $100,000 per month, or whatever it is, that's lovely if you want to go that big. Or if you wanted to simply just make two styles of it, peanut butter and oats treats, that you then package beautifully and sell on the craft markets. And you've picked up, I've got no idea, as many as you like, 50 or 100 local clients. And it's a nice side hustle, as they call it these days, but call it a second business of your own. So if you can kind of pre-know where you want to go in your head with this, it helps you with how and where you want to, you want to do your marketing, whether it's online, whether it's local, whether it's wholesale or in bulk, whether it's whichever levels. So again, by the way, other people's courses, which I will do down here, what I suggest you do. So experienced dog food or dog treat business courses that are out there, and I've looked at a couple, and these guys are obviously very clued up with what they're doing because they've done this, right? So incidentally, I've also done this for clients, but not physically myself. At the same time, though, I've manufactured a lot of other things, from furniture to jewelry to whatever it was, and used similar marketing tests or ideas. So I'm just going to run through these with you, so as to give you an idea as to what, where, and when, or how you could look at moving your products with it. Some of these I might know more of than the dog food business people, and others they might be more experienced with me than I am. So for example, I've put your veterinarian clinics. So that would be where you've gone to the clinics and you've told them two things. I make this, it's food for dogs that have got a diet problem, and therefore I want you to tell any fat dogs that you get that they've got to lose weight, that I could be your good local source, etc., etc. In other words, it's just them knowing about you. But you equally could tell the same vets, can I put a rack of these up in your clinic, and then people can just take a pack, pay you, and then you pay me, and so then they become the equivalent of a pet shop to you. Now, that's no different to when I used to take my hammocks and gave them to a furniture shop and set them, they call it consignment, right, etc., etc. So again, experienced in that enough, and there's nothing wrong with that business model, especially if your niche you've chosen, remember I did speak about that up here, raw food, diet food, old dog food, young dogs, small dogs, whatever it is, dogs with too fat, too thin. So once you've focused on treats that can handle that issue, your local vet is in fact a very, very good place to go to do your outlet for that. Okay, now I'm going to jump back to the top. I'm going to talk about online stuff here and from here. And please know this, I'm covering it in a kind of shabby way here. So I want to tell you this, that other courses I've got and free courses can focus on the process of setting this up better than I'm going to be talking about it in the next 20 minutes here on this video. So you need to know that, for example, local suburb business. So this would be where you are going to be found in your local town and city under a local search. So when somebody goes to Google and looks up dog treat supplier near me, or just dog treat supplier, Google's going to be aware that they can throw up your thing. And to do that, you have to register with Google Business Profile. It used to be called Google My Business. It's now Google Business Profile. But it's when you search for something like a hairdresser, or a fencing contractor, that map comes up and it's local search. That is incredibly powerful, and it's free. So you just need to know how to do it correctly. And so on some of my other training, I do cover it correctly. Bottom line for it, to tell you it in a nutshell, is register under that section using your keywords very, very carefully. When they ask you to say, what do? Don't just do pet nutrition specialist. Say, I'm a dog treat supplier, manufacturer. Make it clear that Google finds you on the right thing. Having said that, I'm the expert. I really am. I do it for clients. And I've got many websites. One of my websites is for wooden country cottage signs. And I called the business, what did I call it? Country? It doesn't matter. But I basically get country design, I think it's called. My bad, I don't know the name on my website. Obviously, my brain's on dog food stuff. Country design. So now I kind of show up as a decorator for country style decor. And hello, it's not what I do. So, yeah, take care with that. Okay, so registering for your local suburb is a Google business profile. Very, very important. Your marketing for local suburb, by the way, and I'll talk about that in other ways in here. So online, local. But local marketing there, you need to be active on your local, which is Facebook. You want only guys from your town. So Facebook is your best friend for that, number one. And number two, Google local. After that, a website, and then physical, getting out there and wearing out your shoes, doing those door hangers that you put on people's doors. Have you got a dog? I can make beautiful treats for them. Flyers, business cards, all of that kind of marketing will get your client base built far quicker than paying for Google ads. Google ads, not so bad idea, by the way. But paying for, let's say, Pinterest ads, it's international. Pinterest, you don't want some guy in Australia to be looking at if you live in Canada, and the other way around. If you live in Australia, some guy in Canada thinking, ooh, look at those treats. No, it's not safe. Not safe from country to country. So local, good. Local business can still become very big. You could literally, bleed, if you like, over. Let's not perhaps use the word bleed when you're chopping food, but your business could overflow, is a better word, into the local town. So in this case, to London, to Hamilton, Simcoe, Toronto, and I could be delivering literally to a couple of hundred Toronto clients on a basis if I built up my local so as it expanded that way, right? Right, now equally, in any of this local I'm talking about where you physically are supplying your people. So you'd be on craft markets, you'd be on farmers markets, you'd be in the vets. But they'd all still be buying from you. You'd be literally jumping into your car, truck, van, whatever, and delivering and dropping off, or they're picking up from your place. Either way, it's all good. Hell, you can walk your dog and deliver them half the time. Local stores is different. And you could add it to your local suburb marketing, but this is where you go to the local pet shop and you get to put a rack up in there. Now, here's the catch to that. Very often they're franchises and they can't approve you like that. So you have to then start to do, I can't handle it. I've got to tell you, my past has taught me that I can't bear to go through the process needed of meeting buyers and finding out and testing products and just... It's red tape that just makes me think, oh, come on, put them in your shop. They'll sell or they won't, So, I've got issues, I guess. Your wholesale ties into that, where you literally then simply just go straight to the pet shop franchise place and tell them, look, here's the 10 samples. This is how we'd like to do it. And then the catch is they're going to say, fine, put 40 packets in every store. Boom, and you're in for quite a lot of, but I guess the bank would trust you by then, and that's just business stuff. Okay, so into the vets itself, I spoke about that, where you tell them or you supply them and put it in the vet itself. The cool part is a vet, all the veterinarian clinics are mostly independently owned, so that means you just have to meet the owner or the group of them and be approved. That's easy enough. Now we get to the farmers market comment here, point, and I want to point out that it's a really cool option, because if you look and what I've seen from the courses, they're going to tell you, these are the courses that I'm going to refer you to at the end of this as well. Remember, again, I can help you with your online marketing. I can help you set up websites. Most importantly, I can tell you through keyword research in a massive way as to where your buyers are. So that's where I can help you. But these guys that are experienced with the dog food business, treats on local markets and stuff, they're going to tell you better or more than I can. And so listen to them, and I'm going to send you to them. So I would highly suggest that farmers markets is in fact a good way of building up a local suburb level of buyers, but to the point where you almost don't need to deliver. You just make sure they pitch up at the market every second week or once a week. In fact, I'm trying to think how long my dog treats last. And we've only got 2. I think they only go through about a box a week. Might be every 2 weeks. We also make our own. I don't know. So, yeah. Now, craft markets would be bigger markets. When I've called them craft markets, they would be the 2 or 3 day markets, and you'd travel further in afield. By the way, just on this farmers market thing, I was reading one of the sales pages of one of the courses that, and so let's not point fingers. And very amusingly, they were stating something like, you might have to, prices are negotiable at the markets. No, they're not. I've got 20 or 30 years of craft market and farmers market experience with many of my products, and I can tell you now, 99% of the time there's no negotiating. In fact, I can tell you when they are. It's when there's a market on the day, and it's a big market. They've got thousands of people coming up, and they've got gaps. Somebody, I don't know, had an accident with their truck pitching up, and they're not sitting on their booth in their stall. And you pitch up and say, I want to book that. And they say, oh, it's $2,000. You say, really? I can give you $200. And they would rather take your $200 and let you fill the hole. And I've done that before. Sorry, that's craft marketing tricks. I don't want to go into that here. But I would presume your farmers markets are smaller, but stronger than craft markets. Craft markets, you got to kind of learn the hard way which ones work and don't, and it's fine. Once it works, you could in fact find that your summer markets you sell out, and you can literally take winter off, in a manner of speaking. Right, then I've written here online local, and what I mean there is that would be with a Google My Business site, probably a real website. And again, I can help you with that. I'd build you a premium website for free. There's strings attached. But it's like about $150 gift if you use my affiliate link to get the hosting. And again, I only refer you to good hosting, so that's safe. So with local business marketing, I suggest you do hosted, self-hosted WordPress website that just works. And we can chat about that anytime you like. I'll give you links to that too. Somewhere in a thing you can download here, and that's all cool. So you need that, you need Facebook, and you need your Google business profile to be pumping. And after that, it's just wearing out the rubber on the soles of your shoes, meeting people belly to belly, meet and greets, all of it's ongoing. Once they learn to trust you, their dogs learn to love you, your business will then stabilize beautifully, and it'll all be done within the first couple of weeks, to be honest. So that's the nicest part about that. We come back to what I said right in the beginning. That's lovely. Now try and take a month off. Yeah. So online national, safe enough again. I said earlier that you should with food, in my opinion, sorry, not an expert opinion. If you're going to be supplying people with things made with ingredients that you've bought locally, you need to know that they know it's safe local. So I'm not using, for example, somebody from, let's say, somewhere in Africa who's making my dog treats and shipping them to me, and I've got no clue what kind of creatures, are in there, bugs and critters. So national, good, but yeah, keep your products organized and done. But now international, I love to tell people that that's the way to make money. Ship. Go on to Etsy and let people order your treats from all over the world. Not sure. You got to check that. Don't let me tell you that was a good idea. What am I on? 14 minutes. I wonder if it's safe to go into marketing needs here. Let me do it in a second video, third, fifth, whatever video. I'm going to save this one and come back to you for another video. So let's just close this as you stop getting distracted. To just say there's lots of ways of getting your foot into the market or going all out. I mean, going all out would be wholesale to every veterinarian in the country, or literally setting up, and it can be done. It'd be quite a bit of a cost. Hell, that I could help you with, but you'd be in for thousands. And that is where you literally set up your own franchise almost overnight, and you have local dog lovers all across the country sitting with your stock that you've given to them on consignment or made them pay for. Depends on how well your business model works. It's actually very dangerous to do that, to people in their houses. They just won't work, and they're sitting with a couple $100 of your products non-stop. Whoosh. Okay, so how to move your product. Those are just my suggestions, advice. Well, this one coming up is more of where I'm able to help you. Let me get on to the next video, and we'll chat next one soon. Cheers.